belch again.
Going down, of course, is a lot easier than going up. The boys, well, they're around and they're easy to spot. They posed with their Chinese party hats. Later in the day near the Ming tombs, the young soccer players handed out balloons and gave local Chinese cards that told who they were and why they were in China. Printed in Chinese, the cards at the open-air stands were a hit. In return for the favors by the Wichita teenagers, the Chinese offered the boys fresh fruit, a small lesson in international diplomacy. Larry Hatterberg, Cake News, Beijing, China.
People's Republic invited the Wichita Strykers to play 4 games against the Chinese, and Cake's Larry Hatterberg is still suffering from a little jet lag, I understand, but at least he's awake enough to bring us our first video tour.
That's right. I've got my days and nights reversed just a little bit, but it's getting better.
Good.
And I want to tell you, Vince, that a trip to the People's Republic of China is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, especially if you're only in junior high. Last week, in the stories that we sent back, you saw the team arriving in China and their activities around the Great Wall. Well, tonight and for the next 6 nights, you'll accompany the team and their parents as they see China and practice soccer diplomacy. Morning rush hour in China. Millions of bicycles and millions of people. China is a country trying to pedal its way into the 20th century. Now, it's moving forward, but the pace by Western standards is still slow. This is the China that the junior high soccer team from Kansas saw. A small park in the town of Bensi, China. The members of the junior high soccer team from Wichita passed out balloons and cards that told the Chinese in their own language who these strange people were. And balloons, it seems, don't need translating. In China, you're always moving, if not by foot, then most certainly by bus or train. For the folks from Wichita, it was these rides that will remain vivid. The group rode in 2 buses, the boys in one and their parents in the other. In China, traffic laws seem to favor those with the biggest vehicles. In front of the buses were 2 cars. The lead car's job was to force others off the road. Now, sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. Watch as we pass and then stay in the left lane and miss by inches an oncoming truck. This was not unusual. It was the norm.
I think it's exciting. I think it's fun.
Then a bicyclist became confused and almost ran under the wheels of the lead vehicle. In China, it's no big deal.
It's like a game of dodgem cars, and so far we're winning.
Hours were spent on these buses dodging humanity, but each destination was usually worth the ride. The recently discovered water caves in Bensi, China were an example. Donning heavy coats, the boys experienced a 45-degree drop in temperature as boats took us deep into one of the most beautiful caves in the world. Discovered in 1975, this water cave was explored by 3 members of the Chinese Army. They were ordered by their superiors to see how far it went. So, torches in hand, they explored what is now a major tourist attraction for northern China. Inside the cave, the humidity is high and the water drips constantly from stalactites.
Ooh, that's chilly.
The water caves of Bensi, China. Exotic memories from an exotic land.
Gorgeous.
And we've got more coming. We're going to see 2 of the games that the boys played under some unbelievable weather conditions.
You and I talked about that on the phone when you were still in
And the boys got to sample food that they were certainly not used to. And we're going to visit a snake restaurant. And it's going to be a big week, a very interesting week. The boys,
snake restaurant.
A snake restaurant. And the boys had a great time, but I will tell you, they were happy to get back to fast food. And you'll see all